If you play any online multiplayer shooter, you probably have dealt with a bunch of bullshit. Let's face it. First-person shooters are garbage. We like them, but there isn't a perfect one out there. They all have 1,000 things we wish we could change. They have gunfights that are purely based on connection. They have overpowered weapons, unbalanced things, and glitches and bugs and things to exploit. So today we're doing another video where I ask you guys something, because I don't want to be a guru. I don't want to tell you guys what I think as if what I think is fact all the time. Because when I share my opinions, I think people get the wrong idea that I'm trying to say how it is and not how it is through my perspective. Don't come to my videos looking to be enlightened. I'm just like you. This might be corny, but I think I can learn from you guys and at least get a feeling of what the community thinks when it comes to gamers, first-person shooter players, or people that just like my videos. So the question I'm proposing here is, do we blame the players or the game? So let's say that there's a weapon in the new Call of Duty game. Let's just pretend it's Black Ops 4 because originality is dead and I want to kill myself. So we get Black Ops 4, Treyarch, develops it, Activision publishes it, the same old, and the game launches with a really overpowered assault rifle. Can you imagine a Treyarch game with an overpowered assault rifle? Wouldn't that be crazy? Anyway, so the game comes out, it's got this really unbalanced weapon, and people keep using it because it gets a lot of easy kills, and it's a great way to rank up in the beginning of the game. Who do we blame? Because the blame game is usually pointless, because the result is the same no matter who you blame, but who do I cast my judgment on in the heat of the moment? Who do I rant about in a entertaining, complaining video? Do I pick on the player? Do I make fun of the player for using this shitty weapon? Do I get mad at the player for exploiting it? Or do I understand that he's going to exploit the things that are in the game to be exploited? And do I get mad at the developers for adding in such a backward-ass weapon? The developers made it, crafted it, hopefully play-tested it, and then released it out to everybody to play with. And I don't blame the publisher for overpowered guns at all. I don't think an Activision release date would push any of the Call of Duty developers to, release the game with a completely broken gun. No, I don't want to go there. That's a lot of speculation. So just focusing on the people that design the game and the people that play the game, who do I blame for exploiting broken weapons, glitch spots, or maybe currency glitches? It seems like every other first-person shooter that comes out has some sort of glitch where a player or several players are able to get just millions and millions of the in-game currency or loot boxes via some glitch. On the one hand, the player is making the active decision to exploit something. On the other hand, the developers let this exploitable thing get through testing, get through the pre-release stage, and then end up in players' hands. I had a friend that thought the only reason Call of Duty was bad was because the community exploited things and played in certain ways that ruined the game. And my argument to him was that, well, the developers have it in there. The developers leave in overpowered guns. The developers allow for certain things to take place. And you can't imagine that there isn't going to be at least one player in a match that is willing to exploit the exploitable, or use the overpowered. Can you fault me for using the BAL-27 in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare? The BAL was so incredibly overpowered, everybody knew it, and it's still probably one of the best one of the best guns in video games ever. Seriously, it is overpowered as shit. Can you blame me for using it? I don't know if you can. I mean, you could be irritated with the fact that I used it, but then blame the developers for leaving it in the game. So let me wrap this up by giving you guys my opinion and then posing the question a little bit more simply to you guys. My opinion is that the developers should be held accountable above all else. I don't expect people to not use overpowered guns. I don't expect people to not use, glitch spots or exploits to get what they want if it's in the game. It's like when you're a kid and you don't want the person coming over to your house to play with your new toy. Hey, maybe put your new toy away so that they can't play with it. Same thing for developers. If you don't want people exploiting your game, don't put things in the game that can be exploited, or fix them quickly so it doesn't harm the overall game for too long a time. If you don't want people to play with it, put it away. So that's my opinion. I get irritated with players that do it, but really it's like, well, what are they going to do? What am I gonna tell them? Hey, don't use this thing that's very easy. You're winning. you're beating me with this thing that's overpowered. Knock it off. You know, I think that's pretty stupid, and I don't think I could get away with telling people to not do easy things in first-person shooters and things of the sort. So do you think that the community harms the game, or the developers allow the game to be harmed through their negligence by letting things slip through the cracks? I want to know what you guys think about this. Who do you blame? Do you think communities ruin games, or developers allow their games to be ruined? Let me know in the comment section below. We can have a discussion about this. I think the community can harm its game. I think a community can play a game in a certain way for so long that it ruins it. And there are certain games that I avoid because of their player bases. But overall, the developers develop the game, and people can only do what's inside the game. So if you don't want people to do certain things to your game, don't have it in the game. Maybe this is simple to you, but I've heard conflicting things on this, so I want some clarification. Let me know below. See ya. Fuck me.